Hey y'all, welcome to the reading, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel as it applies. I'm really glad to have you guys here today. What's up? I hope this reading's finding you well and leaves you well. The topic for this one is synchronicity sightings, more specifically number synchronicity sightings this time. It can be any number synchronicities though. It can be multiple number synchronicities. So anything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 818, 444. You get the idea. All right. As I always let y'all know, the disclaimer, the tip jar, and your timestamps, and if there's an etc., are found down below in the description. For your convenience, you can skip ahead once the piles are introduced whenever you're ready. Okay, do you see the disclaimer if you have not? Anyone new to the channel? Option 1, spirit guides have the 8 and the evergreen branch here to represent option 1. We do have an intro general message, by the way, guys. When I was shuffling, the perspective card flipped out and turned itself right side up, asked if I would read it, so I'm going to read that after I introduce the piles for everyone. It's a collective message. Okay, so synchronicity sighting meanings, messages. Whatever the guides are whatever is gonna come through the filter, they're telling me like your channel. They're showing me a cone above the head right now. Pile 2, you have this little ET booklet, okay, representing your pile. Cute, right? Cute. And option 3 over here, you have the spark duck. Yes, rubber ducky. It's a spark ducky. Okay, so pause. No, you don't need to pause the video because we are going to do the star seeing card. Da, da, da. Y'all, my lighting is not the ideal right now, unfortunately. It's like second best and coping, so I appreciate your patience as always. Let me go ahead and just focus in on the card for a moment here, guys. What is this? Remember this? Night sky, starry night sky, perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. From the book, it says, take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective. Shift your point of view and zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. We are but a speck of dust in the universe, yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planet as ours to own and conquer, pillaging the land and setting ourselves up for our eventual extinction. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm dealing with like a dull headache too. Headache for hours, and it's faded, so yeah, it's on its way out. Zoom out. So I tripped over my tongue after mentioning our eventual extinction. It says we build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in the timeline of your life. This life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the known universe. And the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment in the timeline of your soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to change your perspective? Okay, now if you need to pause the video if you're choosing option 2 or 3. The timestamp's there to help you. I'm going to move into option 1 now. Okay, option 1. Did you have an 8 in your synchronicity? Is that what's caused you to choose this pile? Let us know in a comment if you're comfortable with that. You'd like to do that. Love to hear from you. Okay. So, first card is Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Yeah, it's like she's jumping. She's now falling, I think. Is she falling or flying up? Honestly, guys, it does appear that she's diving down. Okay. But I feel that it happens both ways, can go both ways with this energy, this being that I'm tapping into, doing your reading. So, yeah, you zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. And from our perspective, thanks in part to the gravity here on planet Earth, I think, zoom out, we think of the stars and space as being up. Okay, and so this is saying come back down to Earth again. And come back into your body again. Ground your energies. Okay, so you have, following that, the blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. We're going to get tiny tarot on top of each of these to clarify. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Amen. And then you have water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay. We're getting messages from the Buddha consciousness today, and the Buddha, and using trees I drew and crystals with the divination. If y'all enjoy the video today, please let us know. Leave a thumbs up. You can leave a tip perhaps if you'd like to do it that way. The comments. The channel and I appreciate it. We the Hathors. I'm really drawn into the columns with this one here. It's like here you have a doorway. Okay. But this feels different. Deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. This card. Okay. And then the twin energy or the mirroring energy. Something deeper. The electricity between them. The energy between our hands and light that comes out of our hands. You're not alone. isolation, physical connection, community. I feel like this is guiding you guys to connect with soul family. You're not for everyone. Face your true north. Here in this. It may also be like lessons or supplies, metaphorically, perhaps literally as well. I don't know how you going to interpret the message exactly, but along the way, like the journey, the path, instead of it being just like there, see with the columns, it's like there's a what do you call it? What do we call that? An entryway, but what? I can't believe I'm spacing that word. Messenger is the next card. Okay. Series energy, bringing harmony and balance. Spirit guides are trying to prepare you for a message. They are preparing you for certain messages. Your consciousness has to be ready to remember or to receive certain messages. All right, when you were 10 years old, you were not ready to receive certain messages you're going to receive when you're 40. It's the way it goes here, our school. All right, so then you have breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I'm getting some sort of jaguar spirit guide showing up. I'm pretty sure it's a jaguar, but for some of you, you're going to be like, nope, that's a panther, fool. You know your life. So trust your intuition, trust your gut with those. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Fated life versus the destiny life. Here you are at the pond. The sacred water here, and the shape too is a synchronicity, not a coincidence. Okay. I'm just taken back by the beauty of your cards. I want to give you guys a moment to do that as well. We're also going to roll the dice and get you another number. You can look it up as an angel number. An additional message, expand the reading on your own. Yes. The water connects you to another place in space and time that without it you don't enter. Now when I say that, the thought of it can be an entrance way. You think it and you experience it physically. To an extent you respond to it. Sometimes with visualizations, human beings can do this. It's like you think of something really hot and you're meditating and you may actually sweat. It's like people say that you may have heard somewhere, because it's been circulating that the subconscious doesn't know the difference between like a television show and your real life. Okay, so I can't put my finger on it yet, but there's something about this. It's very exciting, and they just like keep circling it and circling it. It's the outcome energy. What is it called? I remember. Okay, I think this is about you finding the place and space and time within yourself and that which is eternal, where you go and connect and you find your inner knowing, you find your trust as well. You remember. It's not like it's something outside of you that you're seeking. It's sort of like a rearranging. And then out of the booklet, we're going to read, you got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay. This is about switching timelines, guys. Look at this card. This is about shifting timelines and becoming more and more of who and what you're deciding you want to be, and less of what you've decided that you don't want to be, you don't need to be, isn't the timeline version of you that you're going to settle into. And this is about you finding your way to settle in. And if there are things that you're learning because there's a journey in between instead of it being instantaneous, then so be it. That's a visible path and option. So you have a lot of free will option stuff here, the Earth School, and you're provided for in that way here. The Messenger's two hands are showing me this. Okay. So it says in the booklet, the Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others, to remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. And there you are doing that. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. The Starseed Soul Inquiry. Do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Alright, y'all. We're going to get your number, your angel number out next. Ooh, I think I might have to sneeze. Somebody said the pollution level here was higher yesterday, or today. Excuse me, head. I'm fine, guys. I'll be fine. I do need to sleep at some point, but I'm gonna be fine. The number 3 is here. Okay. I don't know if y'all had the number 3 at all with your synchronicities. If you did and you want to leave a comment, let us know. Go ahead. But the number 3 is the number of creation, associated with creation. I've heard it recently phrased that way, and I think of it like in many different ways. We've got like step 1, step 2, step 3. Familiar with like first 3 steps. The Sacred Trinity. Okay, sequels, and then we have the trilogy. There we go. I don't know. There's something with the number 3 for you guys, because it's the first number. I feel like maybe like the vibrational frequency of the number 3 specifically So maybe focusing on that. If you look this up, so your angel number is 3,700. 3,700. Okay. I'm going to move this aside. We'll get you tarot. I wasn't going to grab one for that, but it happened to be the exact number. Okay, so on Earth School, clarifying Earth School, the Lovers, major arcana energy, the Lovers, Gemini. We have that reflected here also. So discernment, the higher mind, more choices and options, or tapping into the frequency where you have the illumination of more preferable, favorable opportunities, options that were in the shadows or your blind spot in the dark for you, and great happiness, bliss as well. This is the 10 of Cups. If it'll focus, you'll see that. Regardless, it's still the 10 of Cups. The blue flame. I remember. There's a song, I can't remember the title of it right now or the artist, guys, but it has I Remember in it. And I want to pass it on for you in case you want to listen to it, and your outcome energy there being that. Maybe you have your own songs with I Remember in them. It's like a house song, I think. This is the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups? Interesting way to depict the 9 of Cups. Alright. So, this is on, yeah, okay. 9 of Cups. This is an energy I feel of confidence, actually. This is, they're showing me a circle and saying you being able to manage your full circle, your shadow and your light, your, really, like your full circle. The 9 of Cups reverse to me intuitively, interpreting it this time, on top of you're not for everyone. Where I'm getting this like cup of tea. You're not everyone's cup of tea. What kind of cup of tea are you, though? Like, you little snowflake, you know, you individual. You're not everyone's cup of tea. You're a unique being. You're not supposed to be everyone's cup of tea. The 9 of Cups reverse. The 9 of Cups reverse to me feels like you're satisfied what you have. Okay. I think you guys have a certain level of self-awareness, like knowing yourself and your relationship with yourself, where this is having the confidence and strength, and whatever other label you want to slap on it, to say, if I don't want to share, I don't want to share. Like, what's mine is mine. If you're not, like, I don't want to tell you about something that's going right for me or that I'm happy about because you'll spoil it. That's my choice. That's my decision. I don't need to. Because this 9 of Cups character has his arms crossed across his body. And this is not an energy of being open and receptive. It's the opposite energy. It's a closed off energy. It's protective mode. And it is reverse as well. So right side up, this is wish fulfillment. Wish granted, wish fulfillment. Reverse, it feels like, you know, like not everyone's maybe supportive. Not everyone understands your wishes, your desires, and sometimes you keep them to yourselves. Fulfilled, unfulfilled in your process, and this is like the gatekeeper, the guard who's feeling out the situation, deciding, like, who do I share this cup with? When do I reserve this cup? And I say it's an energy of confidence as well because, Mercury, communication god, trickstery energy sometimes can be like, well, you have 9 though, and so many people only have 2 or 4, and oh, you stingy person, then give them your cup. And this here is like, no, wiser, higher mind, not falling for that. Infinite universe, great abundance, boundaries, healthy boundaries, absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. Your energy, your cups, because you're not for everyone, it's like these cups are reserved for certain people that you may share them with. Sometimes just for you, for future you, water your gardens, about nourishing yourself. And here you have the 6 of freaking wands with a wreath on top. Okay, this is success. This is success. This is victory. You're riding in on your white horse. And it's like welcoming the day too. Welcoming the energies, the new timeline that you're stepping into. It's like you're stepping into it with this wreath of welcome and this I don't know if we call it a medal or a trophy or whatever it is, a credential, but there's some sort of energetic symbol that you have of your success, of your victory, of your completion of a level or a grade in the school of life. We could maybe call it, for the sake of understanding one another. We the Hathors, more about nourishment, okay, and like some natural cycles going on here. The mother's milk energies is going to be both Earth Mother nourishes us and how, and like from your actual mother, and if you are a mother, that energy. Okay, Knight of Cups. Again, reinforcing that message that I picked up with the 9 of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the lover here. The Knight of Cups is doing what makes you happy, following your heart, communicating your heart, and like the journey, the path of the heart, taking it. You got your white horse here, you got your cup or your chalice. The Knight of Cups can be representing water sign people sometimes, could be your own personal placements involved. This could have to do with your pre-birth contracts, timing, soul contracts you've had with yourself that you may have forgotten. Yeah. The Knight of Cups. Okay, so the thing to understand about the Knight of Cups is the way that we humans think, at least, in a sense, the Knight of Cups is of the richest element. The element water is the most predominant element within our bodies and within the planet Earth. So here on Earth, okay, from that angle, we can view the Knight of Cups. It's like if the Knight of Cups wanted to woo over the Empress's daughter, because the Empress is the sort of the powers. I don't know if the power alone is really the best way to refer to it, but the Empress is all 4 of the queens combined. So if one of the, elements, like if all of the elements here, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Air, and the Knight of Cups, wanted to go for the Empress's daughter, the Knight of Cups could definitely pitch that angle. Right? So I feel like you have these synchronicities popping up like the pillars here in the in-between zone. Is it a corridor? Is that what we call this? The hallway. My goodness, how did the hallway slip my mind? Anyway, yeah, they're referring to it as a hallway now. It could be an entranceway, or it could be, you've been indoors for a while and there's a hallway. Either way, like this space that's being shown here in the columns, it's like preparing yourself. And again, it's an infinite abundant universe, so it's like, are you ready? Just checking in. Are you ready? Just checking in, letting you know. And like, we've done a little upgrades on this, just checking in, letting you know. You've moved further, you're getting closer, just checking in, letting you know. But you're still in the hallway, you're still in the corridor until you're fully ready to be birthed into this new timeline, this new reality. And some of you, it's like you're moving from timeline to timeline because you there's no like coincidence, I'm by her crown right now. You perceived where you wanted to be, or like from the higher self's perspective, and or your conscious awareness, where you wanted to be. And those two places decided where you wanted to be, and where you were being spaced out or different. You could be codependent on certain things in the timeline you're in now, and you feel like ripping the band-aid off isn't necessarily the best strategy. Too scary this time. It's not as simple as ripping a band-aid off, perhaps. Okay, the 8 goes deep, and here we have the high priestess reverse with you're not alone. The high priestess, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. Okay, and then the 3 of Pentacles on the Messenger. So again, the number 3, number of creation. Messages from the Creator, guys, ladies, everyone. I see that. Let's talk about what else we can see. The 3 of Pentacles, the Pentacles being the earth energy, is saying here on earth, here in the 3rd dimension, in the physical dimension realm. It is again saying teamwork, and teamwork to make the dream work. You're giving me a phrase, soul's consciousness. The Queen of Pentacles also showing up here with Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, and micromanaging the universe. Queen of Pentacles is reversed. I remember has the Ace of Cups, more of the water element. So really strong water energy, really strong earth energy. These 2 elements coming up. The other 2, not so much right now. What do we have on this one? The King of Wands in reverse position. There's our fire energy. Something's off. Something's off. It's like how we're behaving, or yes, with the energy and the channels. At least it feels that way to certain parts of you. You're in the midst of change. Okay. Darien energy, codependence. Okay, codependency and boundaries, King of Wands reverse. So maybe this could be a fire sign person, or it could be your own, or it could be your own personal placements with fire. Your North Node, perhaps, your South Node, perhaps, one of the fire signs, especially with this reading. It could be other planets, but the guides really want me to mention those two and move back on because this is a longer reading. We still have more to do. We're gonna get you guys a message from Buddha next. I've got this bag over here. I'm gonna produce some noise as I go in here and grab a message for you, pile 1. This feels a bit like popcorn or like boiling water, but not as intense. Okay, there's motion going on here, and it's not just like your paths diverge or something splits off and goes in 2 different directions. We're working with the number 3 here in the creation and recreation. You're recreating yourself and creating yourself. Yay. All of creation also is complete. Both are truths. Don't get lost. Don't get lost. Okay, Buddha. What says Buddha? Buddha, I hope, will be a good segue into the next part of the reading. We will develop love. We will practice it. We will make it both a way and a basis. Buddha. Yeah, I keep seeing a clock, like an old-fashioned type clock, maybe a community type clock, town clock, church clock, something like this, show up in my mind's eye. Some of you guys, I do like feel great potential for this to be a soul contract, but you would know, you would be the only one that would have access to like the original manuscript, the like most factual evidence, the inner knowing. So I, your oracle reader, can only take you so far on that journey. Sound. Okay. We are going to get you guys some letters here before we go into the crystals in the tree. The Ace of Cups is here. It's time to fill your cup, okay? Or empty your cup, fill your cup. Ace of Cup. The cup is your vessel. So what's this time to fill your vessel with? Air, clean air. It's time to like meditate, do some breath work or some aerobic activity. Is it time to fill your vessel with some water, some clean water, tea, food, healthy thoughts? What beauty is it time to fill your cup with? And there's this theme about like sharing your cups. Okay. You being in control, or when you're not, when you're out of control, feeling yourself as a piece of the universe and your higher self, and still ultimately being in control enough so that you can surrender. You can surrender and let the higher forces or the light guide you, illuminate you. I'm not sure. There's more, and it's really exciting the way that they're encouraging you to find the answers within. I know it can seem cliche and like, well, that's, you know, what people say a lot in the readings, but it's like you're not alone. You're not finding them all by yourself. Just because you're not hearing it, like the full message come out of a person's mouth in a language You guys know this. Remember the zoom out message. Okay. I think this is a message for the times. Having to be said more now, you know. Letters. Let's see what we can get. Almost seems silly to do the letters here instead of on the tree, but almost doesn't count. Everybody knows. Almost doesn't count. Some of you maybe almost didn't come back, didn't come into this incarnation, or didn't come back, or like there's some sort of almost didn't, but almost doesn't count. I don't know. I'm gonna take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because it's a general read. The seas of possibilities, as you bathe in them by the moonlight, however many moons there are where you go. The sky is not the limit, your imagination is the limit. And that can be expanded. Jupiter is within our own solar system, in fact, here on Earth, in the Earth School. We have TION. Curious what else is going to come up. That. Something about like playback or the ending first. You see what I'm saying? Alright. Caption. There are some specific things in the 3D, of course, that you're going to realize, tap into, that they may bring up, help you tap into for yourself. Sometimes it's subtle things like that lamp that you set there and you're feeling kind of iffy about, and you're looking at the other spot, like, yes, change the position of the lamp. Sometimes the spirit guides will do things like this. Sometimes it's, seems more grand than what the messages are. Okay, so there's no A, but I feel the word caption there for someone. Definitely use your own eyes. I have been known to see things later in playbacks when I do catch playbacks that I did not catch in the original ones, and I'm like, how did you miss that? So I know, like, different eyes, fresh set of eyes, makes a big difference. It's always important to trust your intuition with these readings. Okay, so we have here lid, lip, pick. Getting like pick as in choose. Getting the message with the cups coming through. It is not our intention to overwhelm you with information and excess in a unharmonious and way that creates suffering. It's not what we're here to do today. Not a judgment thing of whether that's right or wrong. Humans do that. Sometimes it's just not the mission and purpose of what we're here to do. So if a message makes you feel that way, it's not the intention. What do we have here? Anything else? I'm really not seeing anything else, but I'm being a little bit stubborn about moving that TION on, do, to do. Some of you making a to-do list, or you have been making a to-do list. If you've been making one, how's it working? This could be, paying off. And, I do. Ooh, and we do have the M word. Yeah, and an F, like male and female. or male, feminine. With zodiac signs and astrology, there's gender assigned to the signs as well. And I do feel with readings, sometimes the guides talk about individuals in that way. So, for example, if you've got somebody who is in a female's body and identifies as being female, their personal chart looks something like this: Mercury in Aries, Sun in Aries, Moon in Leo, Venus in Scorpio. Okay, they have a male predominant energy, gender within the personal placements in their chart. And that could go the other way around too. Okay, so food for thought there. This could have to do with specific connection, people, love, romance, marriage partner, past, present, future. Okay, let's take a look at the tree and the crystals. I also get tomorrow. Not tomorrow. TOM, Monday through Friday. It's like tomorrow. And this could actually be more your perspective and understanding about what a tomorrow is. Somebody's name could be Tony. I'm seeing Tony here. And I just saw Tony the tiger pop into my mind's eye. So, it could be that instead. It's great. It's great. Message. Oh, the 8. Some of you asked those who've crossed over or on the other side, the Rainbow Bridge, departed on the other side. You asked how it is. And it responds this way. Check with your heart. You go to your own well for your personal truth. Okay, it's a general reading, and even if it weren't, I would still say the same thing. How these readings work. Okay. I feel this message of you have called out, you're singing with the universe, it's singing back to you, like there's a conversation going on. So there's this message like you were heard, you've been heard. They want to be heard too, like more subtle energies, your spirit guides, maybe different aspects of yourself, your future self, future versions of other people too, on timelines that you're in the process of adjusting to, adapting to, turning your dial to. Okay. Yeah, that's why I ask for tips sometimes, because I take the time to explain things 4 or 5 different ways to get the messages across, and I still have to eat. and so on. I love you guys. Ooh, look at this. Something in the matrix is changing. It's the rain. It's rain. Saturated in rain, this one. Okay, so this is the tree, yours. And I'm going to get you guys some dice as well as the crystals, I think. I'm going to take just a few out of the bag now and set them over here. A pile of dice, okay? That's what came out. Because I do want to do just the crystals first, and then we'll add the dice. The frog's in the corner. You guys could look up frog or toad or both as spirit guides to get some additional messages and insights. I'm getting like lay out the lily pads or lay out the stepping stones here for this frog or this toad. So this isn't an ally energy. I do feel like this is an ally energy, even if it's coming off as some sort of enemy energy. It needs help, it needs assistance, it needs some sort of love sent to it. Hurt people message here. That doesn't always mean that we need to comply in the way that we're being asked or demanded of. Not always. Sometimes it is the right thing to do. Take a deeper look at your crystals. Yeah, there's an energy here, and it's connected to this frog or toad spirit guide that's showing up. It's also connected to quantum leaps and jumping. This is like a playground for the soul, what I'm being shown here. And so I'm seeing like this frog leaping around. Okay, leaping around. And it's a collaborative thing, because I, as your oracle reader, am kind of representing you when I toss the crystals out and do it, because I feel I'm connecting with source, I'm connecting with spirit. I ask and I open myself to receive the right way to do it, to serve you, to get you your messages that you're supposed to have. And so the frog or toad shows up with this sort of curious attitude and the ability to bring something, at the very least, entertaining to us, to the table, and to use what we have done to benefit itself. So it's showing up as this symbiotic relationship. You guys remember the types of relationship, because there's more than just a parasite and symbiotic. I'm spacing the others right now, but there's like 4 or 5 of them, and here we have the number 5. So I do feel like that's something some of y'all are destined to like refresh yourself on or look up for the first time. I'm getting very sand like energy, very warm earth energy here. We have the falling leaves, which represents the releasing, of the old. Like, I feel like with the 8 here too, this is something about the illusion of time, or like everything happening all at once or simultaneously. People being born the moment that people are dying, as an example. Like, we have the heart energy here. We have the throat energy here. We have a black crystal here. Warding away negativity, deflecting negativity. This is an amplification energy, or an energy of purity, clarity. Some of you might get snow, rain, some combination of this. And they're showing me like different levels of the game, different dimensions. And so it's like, this is also something changing in the matrix. Okay, is one way to say this. This is you shifting your timelines, metamorphosizing, shedding an old snake skin. Really, animals come through as spirit guides sometimes with matters like these, because humans tend to forget certain things, and animals remember, like other animals will remember that, and it's like they can teach us or help us remember. Okay, so your dice. Number 1. 1 is the loneliest number. Or is it we think for ourselves, taken out of context, and maybe on that day, but not tomorrow? You choose your story. You have some creative independence here. Catching the ball upside down. yeah, again, it's sort of like the universe isn't trying to be mean to you. And if it feels that way, the universe isn't trying to be mean to you. There are these laws of the universe in place. You know, and I personally, as your oracle reader, don't remember right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. I sneezed a couple times. I'm tired. I'm in human mode, and I don't remember for sure, but I'm going to guess that there's a pretty good more than one reason. You know, maybe there is one reason, but there's a reason for the laws of the universe being in place, guys. Come on, higher perspective, zoom out, right? And so this energy where you feel mentally, emotionally, or even physically like shuffled around, if you have been feeling that way, they're saying like there's a beating out the rug. They're showing me beating out a rug, right? Like a doormat or something. It's time to beat out the rug. Like, we're not trying to be mean. It's just sometimes this is nature's housekeeping. These are cycles. Okay, we want and we need and we crave and we start yearning for and desiring new things, and it's like you've got to become the new version of yourself and align with that. You can only do so much, you know what I mean? Like, think of all the foods you like. What are your favorite foods? You can't eat them all at once, right? And so there's this thing where, like, if you've got the pizza in your hand and ice cream in your other hand, and I like bananas, I guess. I'm just gonna like name foods. You've got bananas in front of you. You have to make these choices. You only have two hands, and you only can eat one thing at a time. And so this is like you setting something down and going to pick up something else, but there's a little more friction. The way the universe is doing it is like more equated to beating out a rug. Okay, so there's this message of like calm. If you can, calm down, find your center, find your still point, find some peace. Take in the message to your heart. Ask it. Ask your higher self, is that the truth of this? Is that what's going on? And like, what do you need to do? Because you're in control, and your mission involves you managing and balancing your energy levels within the physical body, your vessel that you're using in this 3D, reality, in this physical world. Not that you're limited to that or only using it there, okay? The energy gauge reversed. Yeah, because it's like, it's the same thing. It's the way, like, it's the opposite. If you're too hot, you do something to cool off. You don't increase the heat further, right? It's one of those things where it's like the fighting energy, though. Why do humans forget that? They try to fight that. And like, fine, but when it's time, when you're ready, there's a more peaceful vibration past the static for you to arrive at. So that's what I'm getting for messages. I'm going to leave your reading here and move into the next one. I can't believe we are an hour into this. I actually thought it was going to be a shorter one. Blown away by that. Many blessings to you guys. I hope this helped. Let us know if you want to. Let us know. You can do that. And peace. Bye-bye. E.T. phone home. I know that didn't sound like it really at all. But, hi guys. Pile 2. I'm blown away. That first reading took an hour. I thought these were going to be shorter, honestly. What was I thinking? We're going to take a look at your tree immediately. And you have the magic carpet. tree. With 4 mushrooms on one side and 1 little mushroom on the other side, 1 little lone mushroom over here. I think I counted my mushrooms right over here. I swear to it. Anyway, what do you guys think? Initial impressions, your intuition, what's it telling you? Let's see what you have for starseed cards. Let's do a crystal toss first. We're gonna the heck with it. Let's get the crystals on that tree. Thank you, Spirit Guides. All right. First card is the Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So I've heard feng shui technique, guys, feng shui tip. I've heard that peonies are really wonderful flowers to work with if you are a single female who is looking to attract your soulmate, the right mate for you. Okay, especially using them in your bedroom, particularly. But yeah, let's see what else you have, where the reading takes us. Bam! Sparks are flying. The Big Bang energy. Star family. There's a heck of a lot of excitement I'm feeling with that. A lot of love too. Something else. Golden energy. It's like the upper heart chakra and the upper crown chakra energy. Divine masculine. What is this? You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Okay? You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. I'm getting the numbers like they're a language, a phone number. Sometimes the conscious mind has no idea what the heck is going on. It just needs to get out of the way. Because the conscious mind and the superconscious mind knows exactly what the heck is going on, what it's doing. Is this one of those times? Is that part of your message? Look at her. Of course she's facing this wonderful energy. She has her eyes closed too. Is not to be blinded by the light, but she's also feeling it, sensing it. She's aware of it. She can see it anyway. The physical is just the physical. The physical is just a layer. The physical is just a layer. Good. That's part of the reason I love doing readings like this, is because I get to say things like that. Comes out. The cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Be the change you want to see. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. Some of you, yes, this is a message from Pleiadians. Pleiadians are involved. Message here. You yourself might have Pleiadian soul DNA. I believe in soul braids. We've got some more mushrooms here hiding in the shade where they like to be. People, things, souls being where they like to be. Okay, sometimes you take a break from that. Take some space, take some distance, be on one's own. Or just, it's like that good miss. Missed you, good miss, instead of smothering another. But yet there's the reunion energy too. The whales. Definitely feel whale as a spirit guide. Whale and orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. Okay, the earth is singing all the time, and the unconscious and the superconscious take all this in and understand have this understanding, rather, understanding and overstanding, I think is a better truth. There's something here about the whales and what they are saying, what they're communicating and expressing. These big, beautiful animals. And your ears and your ear chakras and your subconscious and the parts of you that do understand this and feel this message here on Earth. Wow. Your next card is a new Earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And here she's walking into the sea. So regardless of whether or not this is true for you, okay, some of you may have personal placements in one or more of the water signs in Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Might also be South Node, North Node, most likely North Node, where you have water sign energy. But regardless, you have a home in the water. Like, the water is not separate from you. It doesn't belong just to the fish or the whales. Like, you're a part of nature. You're a part of this planet. You're a part of Earth too. And the water is sacred and shared. And so walking towards the water is your time to connect with the water. The water is symbolically the feelings, the subconscious and the superconscious. But it's also, physical elements here on Earth. Star Keeper, power of the water, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. Okay, so I'm getting this thing that's showing up as a visualization. So whether you do it in the physical or you visualize it, it's a personal preference thing or what you're able to do. It doesn't really matter too much, honestly, in the bigger picture of it. But they're showing me you walking into the water, like walking into the water. It can be a full moon, it can be a beautiful sky. You can have your eyes closed, see, feel, whatever you channel, whatever comes through. Get in touch with the beings in the water, the energies, the sounds, the messages. To each their own. Do it your way. It's your thing. But stay grounded. Don't go out and swim this time. Go out and swim another time. Just wade. Just walk out there and then turn around and walk back. Keep your feet on the ground. Okay, the Star Keeper has a message for you that the Star Keeper might not personally be able to deliver to you unless you make the free will choice and take the action to walk out into this water. All right, comprendo? We move on from the Star Keeper to Star Brothers energy. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Okay. Activated Earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. Yeah, the numbers feel like a code that the subconscious and superconscious are aware of, and it involves your movement, your travel, and like the Earth's grid. Does this make sense? It's like the pulse of the Earth, heartbeat of the Earth, the frequencies, the vibrations, the numbers, the language of numbers. Okay, so we're going to get your angel number and then we're going to do the tarot. What we have. 2. Thank you, Spirit Guides. 1, 9, 4, and 3. Okay, so if these were in the synchronicities you were seeing, and you want to let us know in a comment, please do. Any of them, like if you were seeing, 111, or you were seeing 1919, or anything, let us know. But 1943, angel number is 1943. Okay. Got angel number meaning for that number. Get yourself an extended message for you personally after the reading. Tarot time, tiny tarot time, in fact. Thank you, Spirit Guide. Clarify. This one, also I felt a strong pull towards this one with it, for clarification purposes. We should know that. I'm hearing Into the Seas, like various songs, energies about entering the seas, or going to the seas, into the seas. So I'm seeing it with this card too, where the Pleiades energy is. Alright, so on Courageous Peony, you have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy within your own chart, possibly another person. This is very sharp energy. It's about boundaries too, but it's your mind. It's your thinking. It's your beliefs. It's your own unique perspective. I feel most importantly or strongly, it's like your filter, the consciousness in the universe, like, has all of these different tinted windows it looks out of, metaphorically, and those tinted windows are us, are our perspective, right? And we can change it. We can change who we are, the vessel. And we do, of course, evolve. The Temperance, yeah. The Temperance can be angelic energy, angelic spirit guides. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, ascended masters, higher forces. The higher mind, different philosophies. What do we have here? The Knight of Cups on top of the Cosmic Heart. Ooh. Okay, wow. What's this? Star Family. Okay. So the Knight of Cups is doing what you love. This is about doing what you love. This is about following your heart. This is about your soul. This is about how it's meant to be satisfied, how you're meant to be happy, how you're meant to be emotionally wealthy and provided for. And psychically, intuitively as well, like things with the subconscious and the superconscious. Yes, you want a rich dream life. You're meant to have this. You're meant to have these things. What are you devoting your heart and soul to? Do not overlook the importance of this. The High Priestess. You're powerful beings. You're powerful people. And you're not just that, though. That's actually, that's a dream. It's an illusion. You're made of freaking stardust, yo. We have the star here. Aquarius energy. In the future, in our vision. Yeah, there's a message here. Whale, orca, elders, Aquarian era, the star energy, the future, and the vision. The different dimensions, possibly. There's an aspect of it. But hearing with your heart, hearing with your soul, not just your ears and your mind. Use your tools wisely to tap into some of these other channels that I feel like are your divine birthright, because it's on your soul's path. It's the plan. There's fog sometimes that obscures things, makes it harder to see. That marker, is that the marker? Is that the exit sign where I'm supposed to turn? Am I supposed to go around that corner? I can't see the fog, Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Just take right action. We have the Hermit card, reverse position on a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. They're giving me a drum roll. Okay, they're showing me drum beats being played, and they're giving me a drum roll. And they're talking about you coming out of hermit mode. You coming out of some sort of spiritual experience between you and Source God Creator, you and the divine. Okay, this is an energy where you may have had some epiphanies. You may have had a very profound or epic experience even. Whatever it was is or will be, it's like what's meant to happen is happening. They're showing me you as a sponge, soaking up the right liquids, the right feelings, the right information, the right resources you need. And the drum beat, this isn't just about you, by the way. You're important, and when I say just, that could sort of be like a wrong note with the music, depending on how you interpret it and hear it. So I am going to make that distinguishment this time. But this is not just about you with the star card here. And then the Hermit card also is major arcana energy. The High Priestess is major arcana energy. This is about the collective. This is maybe even beyond the earth. Okay, say it's about the planet. You could go further. Anyway, the drum beat is a synchronicity, not a coincidence, because they're saying the drum beat is like this. There's a holographic sacredness that the drum beat is connected with. The heartbeat, the pulse of the earth, similar. Okay, Star Keeper. Here we go. So I'm a Star Keeper. Victory, success, Six of Wands. Can sometimes be some ego energy though, and the ego can get a bad rap. Sometimes even with the ego in its place, something gets mirrored back to us that could hurt the ego. So we have here, thank you, Cosmic Answer, seed the light by staying grounded. Seed the light. This character is on his white horse. His feet are off the ground. He's got this wreath here. Okay, and he's moving into the future, and he's got the Star Keeper. So I do feel like you're going to have success. Believe in your success. Believe in your good fortune. Feel your way into who you're becoming and your successes as you so choose to do. Keeping your feet on the ground. The Cosmic Ancestor has a message for you guys. Like I said, I feel like the number synchronicities were in part to draw you to the reading here and now to get this information. It's as if it was a phone number. They kept tapping in your phone number. It's the phone ringing. It was actually you seeing the numbers, whatever the synchronicity is. It's like, we're on the phone. We're going to have a conversation. And so you listening to this oracle reading, this tarot reading is a part of it. But when the video is over for you, that doesn't mean that the connection is cut off between you and source or spirit or these beings with the message for you. Divine energy coming through here. I feel like, it could continue on right after the reading. This could be more of a meditative experience or something that unravels at some point here in the future. But the synchronicities were a part of like preparing you and making you aware. This is a very polite thing. The energy I'm tapping into is a very polite thing. It's like a manners thing. Like, hey, think back a little bit into history, not this year exactly with the pace that things are in the modern world. Just back a little ways. Don't go any further than 500 years is plenty far enough. You don't have to go back too far. Okay, a couple 100 years, 100 years, maybe even like less than that, sure. They're telling me like it's the same thing as sending you messages saying like to help prepare you for something. It's kind of like, hey, I'm coming over, hey, I'm gonna call. It would seem annoying to us now, I think a lot of us, if you think of a human doing this. But these energies are not human, and their frequency isn't the same either. Alright, so it's like there's going to be some sort of shift, some sort of change. You have to prepare for this. You feel some excitement about this, feel some curiosity about this. In our time, I'm getting that, in our time. It's not in the divine's timing. You just surrender. And it's not in your timing, ego wins it all. It's this balance. It's our timing. And so this is like, hey, how you doing today? I have some gifts for you. Come over. You invited me over. Is today a good day? The universe. You're seeing these numbers. And then it calls back up. Another point, you see the numbers, and it's like, you're doing really great. You're a successful being. You're worthy of our company. Would you like to connect? How's your dream life going? Are you doing astral travel? It's completely... I hope this makes sense to you guys, but they're saying like not just 2 times. We're going to keep calling. We're going to keep calling. We're going to keep the lines of communication open. But that's not the only way that they want to communicate. That's the big important message here. It's like, no, we're not just going to keep this text relationship. This is something wonderful. The 6 of rods here that feels good, and we want to do more. We want to do the video chat thing. That's why I bring up astral travel. It's really an example. Okay. What's over here? The Star Brothers energy. 3 of coins, reverse. There's a lack of teamwork. There's a lack of teamwork somewhere at some time. Horse energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Sometimes that's a good thing, because sometimes we're better off on our own than on the wrong team or certain things going on. And then sometimes maybe it's not the best thing. It's time to shift gears. Just beautiful flowing energy here. And then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups showed up for pile 1. I believe in this position as well. So it may be sort of collective energy and theme here, or something that perhaps even always happens with numerological synchronicities or number synchronicities. I'm not sure. The cup is being emptied into Stonehenge. Stonehenge, for some of you, might have a specific, that might be like a grid point your soul's connected to more than certain other souls or more than certain other places. Okay, so again, ask yourself if that's a truth, your heart, your soul, your intuition. There's something here about giving to the earth without fear, giving energy, your worries, your cares, your thoughts, like your love, your time, giving to the earth without fear. It's like you're not afraid to dump out your cup, because you know what you're doing when you do that. You're making an offering to the ancestors, or you're making an offering to earth, or you're trusting in the universe. You know, the universe is going to take care of it, it's going to recycle it and bring you fresh water. As you give, you're going to receive back PRN, you know, as your soul needs. This is just beautiful. I know I'm stuck on it because it's beautiful, and it feels like there may be more. There's some sort of resistance. It feels like there's some sort of blockage or resistance, honestly, with the Ace of Cups reversed, to new energy, to maybe a new timeline shift, to new love, like replenishing oneself, getting back up in some sense in your life. And don't overcomplicate it, don't overthink it. What I'm feeling here is the numbers and the message relates to like geography, location, your foot. They're showing me your feet, the bottom of your feet, and they're talking about the earth star chakra, but they're talking about like actual muscles in your feet as well, your physical feet, and the earth, and there being energetic exchange, and there being specific places you and your physical vessel are supposed to go on this planet, and remembering that, finding that, surrendering, trusting, having your spirit guides lead you, and you getting the relief that you need when you're there, when you're connecting. Okay, these places may need or require you as much as you do them. It might be as mutually beneficial or symbiotic. Honestly, like the earth itself, herself, may also have a sort of soul contract for you to receive uploads or downloads of information through being in certain places. Very cool, very spiritual. I like it. If I lost you, don't worry. Sometimes things just click into place when they're supposed to, and it seems very mysterious, very magical to us. All right, so we have what left for you guys? A quote from Buddha. We're going to get you a quote from Buddha next, or the Buddha consciousness. I'm not sure if that's a term that the guides just brought to me, I'm sure people have said it before, but like, I didn't look it up. I hear Christ consciousness rather frequently, and today the guides specifically said Buddha consciousness rather than just messages from Buddha. So again, for everything there is a reason and there is a season, but don't just take our word for it, or just like for anything. You don't have to take people's word for things. Check in with your heart space and your truth. Okay. Thank you. Messages for pile 2 from Buddha. 2 messages from Buddha. Okay. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger, Buddha. Alright. So I'm getting like guilt, shame about your anger, fear about your anger, that you may have, I don't really want to say directed, they want to say more of like associated with God, or the closest thing to that, as you see it, like your higher self or the universe. What is it? You will be punished by your anger, not for your anger. Yeah. What's the other one? Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance, Buddha. Okay. And so ignorance and stupidity are a different thing. Very different thing. Ignorance is just not knowing something, not having the information, the data. And so a lack of meditation. So like me not being able to finish that sentence, or like just branching off, going in a different direction, fork in the road, and of nowhere like that, is because that wasn't where the answer is. The answer is in the meditation. Me as your oracle reader, I could sit here and meditate a little bit, go into it, but it's not really necessary. I don't need to, because some of your answers are within the meditation, because it's within the wisdom connected to the meditation, right? The Buddha. One more time. We're almost done with this. We're going to get you guys some letters as well, but meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation brings ignorance. It's like it or not, too bad. Can't do anything about it. That's the laws of the universe. Yeah, breath work, breathing, breath work. If anger shows up, processing it, letting it go, realizing that it's something you're experiencing, maybe is flowing through you, but it is not you. It is not a part of you. Yet sometimes we see some sort of value in it, consciously, if not unconsciously, like unconsciously, if not consciously. We see some sort of value in it, and thus we clutch to it, we cling to it. Oh, I'm angry. No, I'm going to be angry for a few hours. Go away. Don't talk to me for a few hours. Let me calm down. This is my anger. I'm claiming it. You get away from me. Don't you try to rob me of this. This is mine. Okay. And so it's saying to me, like, anger could be like hot water or something. You know, it could be like water. If you stay in water too long, you're going to prune, yet water is vital. But there's a clock to it. You know, there's a time limit with it. And so when you cling to anger and you're like, yeah, no. And a part of your mind is like, no, I got the message, I got the lesson, you know, I extracted what I need to from the anger. Yep, that was useful. Thank you, Divine Universe, sending me that message. I've redirected my course. I understand now. I've let it go. I can let it go. And the other part of you is like, no, this was a tool. This belongs to me. And as long as I have this, X, Y, and Z is not going to occur. Just channeling what I'm getting, guys. I don't know. What's next for you? What's next? We're gonna roll some dice on the tree with the crystals. I'm gonna look deeper into the crystals. So it's like your anger. The Buddha was showing me the anger as a scorpion or some other creature who's got some sort of defense mechanism that's going to hurt you if you abuse it, use it, mistreat it, don't give it its space. You know, we coexist here. That emotion does not belong to you. I promise you. Like, you hold it, you can dance with it for a while. Mine, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my best friend forever, my emotion. But I promise you it doesn't belong to you. It's energy, and it's an emotion, energy in motion flow. Okay. Yeah, if y'all enjoyed the reading today, if you find it helpful, please do give some feedback. I really appreciate hearing from you guys. Helps keep me motivated, keeps me going. Alright. E.T. phone home. I'm going to bring E.T. down here too. The magic carpet, I think he may have came in on. On the side of the magic carpet, E.T. What do you want to do there? Alright. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And some of you, this has to do with the grid points. Again, it's like, I'm over here. And I'm like, your body, your physical body is giving off energy. It's receiving energy no matter where you go. So I'm over here. I'm like in communion with this mushroom. This mushroom's giving off energy. I'm receiving that. I'm inhale, exhale. I'm giving off energy. And so there's like certain places I'm getting you guys go back and forth, certain hot places where you spend the most time maybe, or have been lately, or maybe some places in the future you need to be going, you will be going and doing this. It's within your heart, for sure. It's within your hands as well. The energy in the fingertip, the hands, your heart within your hands. And it's within Spirit's plan. Reaching for something on a shelf. Yeah. And keep stretching, keep reaching. One of these days you're gonna get it. You're gonna be tall enough, you're gonna get it. Practice pays off, or persistence pays off. The tree, yeah. Mushrooms, trees, there's just communing with nature, your heart chakra, and the magic. There's magic being sprinkled down upon you from the trees. Boughs of the trees. And the trees and us, like, where do we draw the line? What is this separation anyway? I mean, it is. It's a filter, it's a perspective, it's a pair of shades, sunglasses that we're looking through. Just flip perspectives, focus on different evidence for a little bit. Like, hear me out. So we breathe, right? And we're taking in this oxygen, we're giving off this, excuse me, carbon dioxide. The trees are taking in the carbon dioxide, giving off the oxygen. So we could say, well, teamwork, right? Harmonious, symbiotic connection, yeah. Even a codependent thing going on there. We got, yeah. But are we maybe part of a greater whole and like ultimately one thing? Like cells in the body, individual cells, but yet one body. The earth, one body. So some food for thought there. You've got the snow globe as well. In this particular snow globe, just trees and snow. So again, yes, there are messages from the tree spirits and like about the trees. The snow globe too. What do? We turn it upside down, turn it on its head, shake it all around, and bring it back to its original position. Let things fall into place, integrate it. Number 4 is showing that. That's no mistake. Some of you may have had 4 as part of your number synchronicity. This has to do with earth. This has to do with grid points. This has to do with balance. This has to do with foundations. And here we have like 3s. You have the 4 and the 3. 3 is number of creation. And the 4, again, we just talked about it, and you can look deeper into it if you want to expand more. Even here, over and over again, guys, the guides just keep going back to your heart, the wisdom through the meditation and your heart space, your core, your center. What's inside, what's within. Take a peek at what's within. We got like the hole here with the tree. Whatever they're officially called, I'm not sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing you guys' reading. It's exciting. It's fun to see things like the wand there on top of the tree, with all those stars. It is time for me to leave your reading now, so many blessings to you.